Alright guys, now that we have this super high-end gaming PC all booted up and ready to go, let's talk about a couple benchmarks real quick. Now we decided to test this PC in a couple of titles, those being Halo Infinite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Shadow the Tomb Raider, all at 4K. First up with Halo Infinite at 4K on high settings, we averaged about 70-ish FPS. The RTX 3080 is absolutely great for 60 plus FPS 4K gaming, and in some esports titles you can crank way above 144 FPS, making it great for those stupid high-end 4K 144Hz monitors that you can pick up for an RTX 3080 to have a really awesome gaming experience. Do keep in mind some of the benchmarks you're seeing right here were recorded a few weeks ago. We have been waiting to post this video, and the benchmarks have just kind of been sitting until we were ready to actually post it. So some performance numbers may vary, and there may be some increases in performance when updates have been applied since we've last run the benchmark. So just keep that in mind. Next up in Apex Legends at 4K on high settings with the frame rate limit locked. We accidentally didn't unlock it, so this is what we got. We actually got about 144 FPS, but there were some dips down to about 140 to 139 here and there. Overall, it was a very playable experience. You are running on pretty much max settings at 4K. Could lower the settings a little bit to get a locked 144, but in an arenas mode, it worked pretty well, and I would say any esports title like Apex Legends, Fortnite, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, you'll have no problems getting well over 100 plus FPS at 4K, and if you wanted to go down to a 1080p 360Hz monitor, which is what a lot of people like to do, that Ryzen 7 5800X would easily be adequate enough to push those kind of frame rates in esports titles. Next up in Warzone at 4K on high settings, we averaged again 100 plus FPS with a few dips down to 70 and 80 when we're in more demanding parts of the map. Once again, this is a test that was actually filmed a couple weeks ago, so Warzone obviously does a lot of updates, so the performance numbers may be better in the current time of playing Warzone with an RTX 3080, but still at 4K getting 100 plus FPS, very playable experience overall, and I think the Ryzen 7 5800X is a very sneaky good value option for the RTX 3080. Yes, there is the 12900K, 12700K, 12th gen Intel, but that stuff's very expensive. Paying for DDR5, it's kind of a mess right now. Going with the 5800X and its 8 cores and 16 threads just works very well with an RTX 3080, and in terms of value for money, I think it might be one of the best plays in the market right now. And the last game we decided to test was Shadow of the Tomb Raider with the built-in benchmark on high settings at 1080p, and we ended up averaging 130 FPS. Overall, this is an awesome PC, and we're very excited that Micro Center allowed us to build an awesome computer like this, go in person to their awesome store, and have a PC that we can give to USA Cares for a great cause. So if you guys are interested in joining the raffle, we'll talk more about it here in the outro in a second, but definitely check the link in the description down below, and also check the links in the description down below for all the links to all the PC parts that we used in today's video, so you can go pick it up in store at Micro Center or order online. So now that we finished the benchmarking section of today's video, how to bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick.